Welcome everyone to session 2. We're going to do another Q&A session again with Peter Schenk of Aquaware, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Last night we were on, and that was our first session, so we're not going to go over a lot of things that we talked about yesterday because guess what? It's all on YouTube. It's on the channel. You can go there, you can watch it. But tonight, we are going to focus on the software. In fact, we're going to focus on Aquaware 4.0. So definitely get your questions fired up for Peter. He's here. And we're really going to primarily use tonight to talk specifically about your questions that you have for Peter about Aquaware. So, Peter.
Hey.
How are you?
Doing good.
Right on, right on. And just briefly, folks, because I didn't do this at the beginning and I didn't do it yesterday, I'm Donna Whittington. I am the social media coordinator, doing a lot of things with Peter and Edward of Aquaware. So that is who I am. Of course, this evening we've got the man himself. We've got Peter Schenk, and he is here with us. And got to tell you that I am just so excited to have him here with us. Let's just give him a warm welcome. Okay, so here we go, folks. Warm welcome for Peter Schenk.
I like that.
So, you know what? I know yesterday we did the whole introduction of you. So why don't we go ahead and, first of all, let's do some housekeeping rules. Folks, if you want to chat with us, because we are live now, obviously, right? We are on Peter's Facebook page. We are on the community page, if you will. So that page is Modern Day Mystic, powered by Self-Empowerment Technology. Go to that page, all right? And when you go there, that link is there for you to join us live, okay? And you can chat directly with us, all right? That's the page that I want you to go to, all right? So go there now, like the page if you haven't done so, but you're going to be able to ask your questions there. And then, of course, take this Facebook page link, the link to YouTube, and share it with your friends and family so that they can jump on the live interactive session with us tonight with Peter, and they can ask their own questions, all right? That way everybody has all of the information. Fair enough?
Sure.
All right.
So, Donna, I just, the format in which I really want this to flow is I love a lot of interaction from the crowd. I love it. Love, answering questions, whatever they are. So maybe we could spend some time doing Q&A right out of the gate, and then I want to move into sharing my screen and showing people Aquaware 4.0 and what's been developed to date and where it's going to go. And then we're going to do probably 2 live activations tonight. We're going to do one in my own personal style, which is shock and awe. And then we're going to move into probably a user-based intent in the software. So I'm going to show people how the user-based intent works based on the the intent genome, how the formula works, and then we're going to probably show them some QLS quantum layering sessions. I'll show you guys how to build a quick session. I'll show you how to build 7 sessions because one of the biggest complaints people talk about the software today is I gotta go to the bathroom all the time, and I'm like, all right, well, it's designed for 1 intent in water, 48 ounces, 3 times a day, 3 intents. But Aquaware 4.0 will allow you to put 7 intents into a glass of water or a body of water, and we're gonna rock that tonight. So cool. All right, so bring the questions.
Bring the questions, folks. I have posted everywhere. So you know what? Why don't I go ahead and get the party started with some of the questions. Okay. First of all, here's a question. Is Aquaware 4.0 software, is that a software better to make us our better selves? How do you see that?
So Aquaware 4.0 is a tool, like many other tools in existence, that has a conduit back to source, right? It's a very high vibrational tool. And we kind of touched base last night that when you as a person come into contact with something that vibrates at a higher level, your light body is instantly transported to that level, but the physical body takes up to 72 hours to get there. And not only is Aquaware 3.1 in the 4.0 development a tool to help you a better person through vibration or any one of the 700 plus intents that will be in Aquaware 4.0, but when you and your environment, okay, and this is really important, when you and your environment vibrate higher, everything, you become the catalyst, you become the center of your universe. Your universe starts to vibrate higher, thereby anybody that interacts with you starts to vibrate higher. So there was a really cool question on one of the teleseminars. A lady said, if I charge the stream running by my house, and the vibration is raised, is that helping everything around it? Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of people that are users of the current iteration of Aquaware come to me and say, people they treat me better. They're just more upbeat around me. I'm like, yeah, that's what the tool does. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, I've got to tell you that I've actually experienced that myself. Me and my daughter, we programmed some water, and then I had her take it to her job. And she just kind of sprayed because we needed to change the vibration there. And she noticed the difference immediately.
Okay, so here's a little experiment you can do next time. If she has a Poland Spring 5-gallon, whatever that everyone drinks out of, have her put her attention on it, okay, and then you direct the Aquaware with some intent, social lubricant's a great one, into that, and then have her observe what happens throughout the day. And I guarantee you, people will go back to that water jug 3 and 4 times and just, must be something in the water.
Something in the water, folks. And you know what? I love that, because now it's even more truer than ever. And we want folks to drink the water. I was going to say Kool-Aid, but we want them to drink the water. And I guess here's a question that just popped in. Could we do it in other beverages? Could we actually drink the Kool-Aid?
Sure. Do it with root beer. Do any intent with root beer, it goes flat. Never figured it out.
Really?
Yeah. Alcohol. So in the cleanse and rejuvenate drop downs, there's one called General, which sounds like it's for the human body, but use that one on plants, but use it on alcohol, especially wine. It's amazing. On a 10-day-old bottle of wine, hit it with that one. Watch what it does. It's amazing.
Does it bring it back to life so we don't have to throw out that wine anymore?
It does. It's pretty cool.
Right on. Right on. Right on. All right. So we're kind of waiting for some questions, folks. Who's got a question for us? We are on Peter's Facebook page. That is the Modern Day Mystic, powered by Self-Empowerment Technology. That is the Facebook page. That is where we are. So if you're in YouTube, because of the way Peter and I have this set up, we're not actually seeing the YouTube questions. So last night, folks were in YouTube asking questions. We really need you to be on the Facebook page. It is the like community page. Go there, like the page first of all, and then if you haven't done some already, like the page, and then of course ask your questions. I know David is out there with us, and I know you've got some questions, David. So go ahead and make sure you type those in there onto the page, and we'll get your questions answered. All right.
All right. I'll give 2 more minutes, and I'm going to just start moving into the AW 4.0 demo.
Cool.
Activation. So everybody, get a couple bottles of water, a couple glasses of water. We're going to have some fun.
So while people are doing that, let me ask them my basic questions. So I mean, I've got a glass of water, and of course, you know, it's funny now that every time I talk to you, I feel like I need water next to me. I don't know what that's about, but I always have my water up there. And do I need several glasses of water for an intent, or I'm sure you're going to explain tonight how that actually works?
We're going to do two demonstrations tonight. One, we're just going to do a complete water charging, an activation that I normally do during a large group of people. Won't be using the software for that. The second one, we're going to probably use the user intent module within AW 4.0. And I'll just type an intent in, and then we'll consciously direct that into everybody that's on the call tonight into their water. Yeah, that's going to be a powerful one.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I see Sylvia is on the Facebook page, and Sylvia, she put the big smiley face on there. So I'm wondering if you have a question. You gotta type them. We can't read the minds, folks. We can't read minds just yet. Let me just say I can't read minds. So I'm going to need you to put your questions into the chat. And then here's another question for you. Do you program your water on, do you, Peter, this is a question for you, do you program your water on a daily basis?
No, I never use the products. They don't work for me.
Really?
Yep. And let me explain this. This is very important. If there's a universal set of unwritten laws, okay, that if you have any type of talent and you use it even for creating a product for anything of self, your gifts will be gone as fast as they came in. So my entire 10 years of pushing the envelope with this, the products have never worked for me. Intuitively, I just know that they work, but I also test them out on my inner circle, and through that, I can really gauge the dynamics of what needs to be tuned down or changed or whatever. So yeah, they don't work on me. They did in the beginning, and then over time they just faded.
Okay.
But yeah. So,
but more than likely for us, that can we program the water every day? How often should we use the program?
So again, it's really up to you. I give general guidelines in 3.1 how it should work. You can program up to 3 intents internally in the body and drink that 3 times during the day. So you're in effect drinking 9 glasses of charged water. Now, we talked about detoxing before. You really need to be in tune with your body when you're using these products. If you get lethargic, the detoxing effects, when they start to happen, you need to back off and just slow down. So out of the gate, 1 intent for a known issue in the body is great. In the environment, you can crank it up, have fun with it. So, but what you're going to see here in a few minutes with Aquaware 4.0, it's a whole different ball game. It's yeah, you'll see.
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Well, we have a sleepy crowd tonight. What is up with this? Let's go. Come on, hurry up.
I know we had questions last night, folks. Are you getting like sky on them?
Never. Come on.
Right. Okay. Sylvia was saying, I'm just saying hi. No questions yet. Sylvia, you have no burning questions?
All right. Well, we're just going to move into the demo. So I hope everyone's got that glass of water.
Get your water, folks. Cheers.
Okay.
So, folks, what Peter is doing right now is he's going to actually share his screen. He's going to show and give a demonstration. So, definitely have your water ready. And while he's doing that, I just want to say hi to his father. Hi, Dad. And I want to say hi to Edward, too. Hey, Edward. Okay.
Okay, so we're bringing up Aquaware 4.0 now. Okay, this is the new interface for Aquaware 4.0. I'm going to bring up 3.1 as well, just so you can kind of see the side-by-side changes. And the first thing you're going to notice is the increase. I've increased the play area of Aquaware 4. A lot of people that run this on a Mac or some of these bigger screens, they kind of worry about the real estate being very small. So here you'll notice it's probably about 10–15% bigger. Okay. The menuing system has changed. Here you would have your intent types. They're it's a little less uniform than Aquaware 4.0. So we're going to get rid of that. So AW 4.0 Beta 2. This is a highly polished beta of Aquaware 4.0. Generally, a Beta 2 isn't this far along, but I have really been pushing the envelope with this development team in India to get this to market. Again, the release date for Aquaware 4 is first quarter next year. It could be January, February, or March, but it will definitely be out in the first quarter. There's a ton of work that still needs to be done to support this. And once we're there, and only when I think it's at 100% critical mass will it be released. So a lot of the the Aquaware users that have been with me since the beginning are very familiar with the look and the feel of the software. It's all very high-end, cutting-edge. The basic stuff, the new MDM website, the Aquaware 4.0 forum, the usage instructions, the intent index. Under modes, we now have a new mode called standard, and I'm going to actually go through that in a little bit. The history has completely been changed. Now what you're looking at is a very well-designed history. Before it was just in a text file. Now it's all done through XML. And basically what this tells you is it gives you a history of everything that you have run in Aquaware until you delete it. So a lot of people are always, well, what did I run yesterday? And you can come back in your history and boom, there it is. You can delete the history if you don't want to do that. Now, the skins has always been a question mark in people's minds, and what this does is this allows you. This has no bearing on the operation of Aquaware in any capacity. But what it does is it really shows the user. It gives them a sense of customization beyond the one that I have it out of the box, and simply just by clicking it, you change the whole look of the program, and to some extent the feel of it. I just happen to design it with this one. I like it. Whatever. So intent tabs. You're going to notice that this is all different. What I've decided to do was because, and again, this is probably going to be changed once or twice more between the final iteration of the software. But over here, you can now type in your percentage. A lot of people were worried that you can't do that in Aquaware 3.1, and that depending on how sensitive your hand is, you can't get it on the percentage you want. Now you can do that. Over here, we have water preparation, we have user preparation, and we have nucleate. This has all been redesigned again from the ground up for simplicity when people are using it. Again, each one of the intent types all the way across. Okay, and now we have a new tab which is called Advanced Features. Okay, and to date there are 3 major feature sets that have gone into Aquaware 4.0. There's one called Quantum Layering, which is the first one. The second one is called User Intent Sessions, and the third one is called Brilliant Minds. Okay, I'm going to talk about Brilliant Minds for a minute. This was actually born of an idea that David Shear had when he was programming Nikola Tesla water for one of his buddies. And I asked him to compile a list of 24 of the most influential people in all of humanity, and he did. And you'll notice we have Peter Drucker, Mother Teresa, Max Planck, Dr. Emoto. Couldn't let him go without getting in here.
Right on.
We have Isaac Newton, Galileo, Frederick, and Aristotle. So basically, what these people were in life, they leave energetic signatures that I can pick up on, and I did. And what I've done is I've captured their frequencies and I've put them into the software. Thereby, when you consciously direct any one of these masters into a glass of water, you will bring about all of their the things that they were known for in life. So in Nikola Tesla's case, Dave charged his buddy's water for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and after 3 days, this man's mind just went into overdrive, and the creative ideas were just amazing. So, brilliant minds, absolutely fabulous. I'm going to jump into quantum layering, okay? This one is, again, people have been complaining about only being able to put one intent in the water, and up until recently, I really didn't understand how to do it in the capacity that now is possible. And what I always feared was when you put two intents into a glass of water, you create a state of chaos, okay, confusion, and by drinking that, it can be inherently, you can detox from it, and I couldn't allow that to happen. So there is a new algorithm within Aquaware 4.0 when you use this particular feature set, and what it does is it layers the water for you, okay? By just consciously directing it into water, you're done. So I'm going to show folks quickly just a little bit of this. So let's say under, intent types, physical and mental performance, we're set at 81. I'm going to set this for standard. So what we're doing now is we are just building an intent, okay, one that you would run every day. So instead of setting it up every day, you'll have the ability to save it and come back and run it at any time, okay? So we have our power level set. We are in standard mode, which means it's going to run water prep, user prep, and then the intent. So we're going to check this out quickly. And then, all right, so we'll just grab one from here. Neurotransmitter optimization 1, amino acids general. So so you click the button, you direct your consciousness into the water. So what's happening now is water preparation is running. Water prep is now removing the memories from the water, or the energy that is in the water from everywhere it's ever been in existence, okay? And this runs for 22 seconds, and then it's going to kick right into user prep. And what user prep does is it conditions the subconscious mind for acceptance, okay? And what does that mean? Some people have a problem accepting, this beautiful technology and what it does. So what this guy does is it goes straight to the subconscious mind and opens up what needs to be opened for acceptance, program the water. Now it's going to kick right into the intent. Okay. Now neurotransmitter optimization 1 is nucleating the water. Okay. And for this particular feature set, when you're in standard mode, it is only required one time to put your consciousness on the water. It happens at the speed of thought. The water can be next to you. It can be a jug of water in the refrigerator. It can be the bathtub. It can be your neighbor's pool across the country, or my favorite, a cup of coffee on Mars. It absolutely does not matter. The principles by which govern the software run via the quantum realm, and as I explained last night, in the quantum realm there is no such thing as space, time, or distance. Where your attention goes, the intention goes. Okay? So now our cycle is done, and you'll always have an option to say, okay, do I want to save this? And we are going to save it. Okay? So it's a predestined folder that comes up, and we're going to call this intent 8. You can call it whatever you want. Okay? So now we've just saved this session. So at any point under the advanced features, if you want to come back and run this particular one, well, maybe I didn't put that feature in there. All right, well, I'm still working on that. But what we're going to do now is we're going to run a quantum layering section. We're going to build a quantum layering section. Okay, so basically, all the intents that we have saved that you run every day, okay, well, let's say these were all vitamins. They're all over the roadmap. All you do is just select them. You click on it, you hold the control key down, and we select all the ones we have. And what will happen is the software, you'll notice at the bottom, what it does is it'll put everything in alphabetical order for you, so you don't have to worry about it. When you say open, what it does is now it's asking you to save what we're creating as a QLS. So we'll call this my morning sessions. Okay, so what you do is you type in what you want to call it and you hit save. Now it's successfully saved as a QLS file, quantum layering session. We say okay. Now each morning when you come in, let's just say this was all your vitamin pack. It's as simple as clicking on the run, say my morning sessions, and as soon as we say open, you just consciously direct your attention into the body of water or the target of water you want. We say open, water prep will run, user prep will run, then every one of the intentions will run for 44 seconds afterwards. And I'm just going to let it run through part of the cycle, and then we're going to move on to the user intent session. Okay, so again, we're running water prep, we're moving the memories and the energy from the water. We're now running user prep. The water is being prepared to open up the subconscious mind for acceptance. This is actually kind of cool because I'm seeing things that I don't like in the software as I'm demoing it. It's a good thing it's a beta too. Okay, so the first one that we picked was pets and fleas. So again, it'll run for 44 seconds and then it'll move into the next one. Now, I picked a bunch of these, so I don't know what they are. So if something comes up, you probably wouldn't want to put pets and fleas into your morning regimen, just FYI. Don't know what it's going to do to you, but... Okay, so anyways, this is going to run through the whole session, and then when it's done, it's done. So we have a standby option here. If you click that, yeah, if you click that, okay, it's supposed to run into standby, and that's not happening. So we're going to shut it down out of the designer, start it back up, and of course, when the final product is delivered, none of these little bugs will exist. Okay, so we're back up and running. So that was quantum layering sessions, up to 7 intents into one target water. It's going to be amazing because what you can basically do is you can create party packs, if you will. Something that works absolutely amazing for you. You can save it as a QLS and you can email it to your buddy and they can just run it. So what we're looking at is you know, offering some preset packs for mineral oils, essential oils, vitamins, body, mind, toning, you know, whatever. You know, you're really limited to your imagination now. You have 700 of these, but not only can you use the pre-canned ones, we're going to move into the user intent session. So let me explain a little bit. So for about 2 or 3 years, I've been wondering, you know, how does Source communicate with human intention in its purest form? And I've done a lot of work in the past, especially with Alex. Alex was a beautiful program that was the first and only one at the time to allow users to type in their own intents. There's still people that are using it today. They love it. I had to go back and redefine the tech from scratch, which I did, and I really needed to figure out how Source communicates with intent in the human. And what I found was, you know, there's a lot of variables. There's mass, meaning the human body. Everyone, the way they think is very differently. You might not think in English. You might think in a different language. You know, your ego plays a big part in it. So anyways, a couple months ago, I was driving home, the leaves were changing, and it hit me. It was mathematics. It had to be a mathematical formula based on something in existence. And what is in existence in everything? It was the Fibonacci sequence, or the golden ratio. 137 is found in everything in existence. So I took that bit of information and I created a formula which is now coded in Aquaware. It's 4 layers deep, based on up to 200 characters that we're going to type in here in a minute, and it takes your intent and it translates it into a number, and you consciously direct that number into water. That is the purest form of your intent, and it's absolutely amazing. So we're gonna check that out. So the first thing is I allow users for this to upload their own image. Okay, you can put in pictures of yourself, or you can grab any one of the soon-to-be 700 that are in here. So I think maybe we're going to use Brilliant Minds for this one, just because I had a lot of fun creating these guys. And we're going to use Dr. Emoto for this guy. Where is he? Here he is. Okay, so now this allows you to type in whatever you want to call it. My first intent. And what it does is it saves the image, and now it brings the image up in this panel. And this is the panel that allows you to type in your intent. Okay, I only allow alpha characters. There's no numbers. There's no commas or anything. It's strictly words. So this is my first attempt. Spell. Maybe I should put a spell checker in here. That would definitely help.
It's probably intuitive, I bet, the program. It knows exactly what you're saying.
Okay, so this is my first attempt at water programming. So down here we select the power level, or you can just type it in. I like to use the number 81. And now we're going to save it, okay? And when you save it, what it does is it pops it in, it runs user water prep and user prep first. So again, when you hit save, you direct it. And then I promise folks, the manual for Aquaware 4.0 will be really, really well done. Not like 3.1. It'll be really well done. There'll be no question. And not only that, I'm going to have video tutorials across all of this. So again, we run for 22 seconds on water prep, 22 seconds on user prep. Okay. Now what happens is you are allowed to put dots on the screen, and what do the dots represent? These are different from manual mode. This is the intuitive part of a person. Okay, you can put as many dots as you want. I haven't experimented beyond 8. I suggest you go slow, and basically you just hold the mouse down, you run your mouse over the image, and you place a dot where you want. And basically what's going to happen is we're going to change the structure of the water based on dot placement. I've never done this before. This is the first time I'm doing it. And then we come up here and we have a nucleate button. Again, you just consciously direct your intent into the water and hit the go button. This runs for 44 seconds. Now you'll notice down here next to manual mode there's a number. That is the number of the intent that we typed in. That is the purest form. That is what is being consciously directed into the target water. Okay, now the cycle is complete. Now if you come up here to the gallery, you'll notice a couple things on the intent that we just did. We have the name of it, .jpeg, the number, and then the intent that we typed in. And you can pull it back up just by clicking on it if you want to run it again. It's saved for you in the gallery. Okay, so that is the premise of. Those are the 3 major features that are in Aquaware 4 today. The next feature that's going to be going in, and I'll just talk about this. I'm going to quit my sharing. And then we're going to do a live activation. We're going to do one in the AW 4.0, and we're going to do another one with me. Okay. I'm back. So there's a technology that we played around with in Alex about 6 or 7 years ago. And the idea and the premise behind it is humans carry a humidity bubble around them, okay? And it's water-based, which means it can be charged. So Aquaware 4.0 is going to have a intent card feature. And basically what you'll do is you'll click on the intent card feature button, and it pulls up an 8.5 by 11 with almost like business cards on there. You'll be able to print it off in Avery, you know, whatever. And the premise behind it is you can charge the business card the same way you would a glass of water or a Target water or whatever else you want. And you take this card with you in your wallet if your computer's not available, and you place it down. If you're at the bar, you put your glass of tequila on top of it, and you consciously direct the energy that's in the card into the water, and it's done. That's it. Okay? There's another feature I'm playing around with. And again, the premise and the code behind Aquaware 4.0 is all about thinking outside the box. It runs out of the quantum realm, and again, one of the properties that exists and doesn't exist in the quantum realm is time. Okay, so if you want to charge a glass of water that is not in existence yet, you put your mind on it. Or you create a humidity bubble around the area, okay, of where you're going to be getting the water in the future, and the intent will be delivered automatically. Now, I'm probably not explaining it correctly because I'm just the way I think. So when it's written down, it'll be very clear, because the instruction manual for 4.0 is going to be over the top. That I promise you. Okay, so we're going to do a live activation right now, and then we're going to move into. Okay, so everyone. For those of you that have been on the teleseminars that I've done, you've heard my voice, but I really need you to concentrate on what we're doing. Don't be looking at me, okay? Seriously, just don't.
How can we not look at you? Look at you.
Okay, so I want everyone to raise their left hand over the glass of water 3 inches and spread your fingers. For some of you will start to feel it instantly. Some of you might take a few seconds. The energy will run down through your hand into the water. Now this can come in many, many forms. Some people feel it in a different area of their body, but generally 90% of the crowd is going to feel it coming down through their hand. Okay, and when this happens, it can come as little pin pricklies. It can just feel like heat. Sometimes it's like a laser that just shoots right through your hand. Okay, now everything in existence is made up of energy, whether it's in physical form or non-physical form. And that energy will do anything for you as long as you honor its space, meaning you put your attention on it, right? And that is the highest form of acknowledgement you can give energy in physical form or non-physical form. So what I'd like everyone to do now is put their attention on their glass of water and repeat the words out loud. I honor the space in which you exist. Again, it's I honor the space in which you exist. Now, what will happen is you'll feel the energy flow start to increase through your hand into the water now. Okay, now there's no specific intent that we're doing here, but I'd like everyone to drink as much as they want of the water. You can take your hand down now. And just go ahead, and the first thing you should notice is the taste and the texture of the water.
Wow.
Okay, now I want everyone to relax, drink as much as you want, and then relax. And just kind of feel the energy from the water moving through your body. For some of you, it's going to go certain places. Others, you know. Now, generally, when I do a teleseminar, there's a directive behind it. Generally, we do sacred geometry to find a specific area of the body for whatever the topic of conversation is. But tonight, it's just it's down and dirty. Just let it roll inside your body. Donna, yours seems to be going up your back, the base of your neck.
I see that. Well, and you know what? Here's what I was going to say, and I feel it. Yeah, like on this side of my body, and I do feel it back here.
Yeah.
What's that about? I mean, and it feels like it's stopping. Like something is like right here, and I'm like, do I need to be concerned?
Typically not.
Okay.
It really depends. I mean, tonight there's no directive behind it. Everyone's going to feel different. It's going to go to different places. We're just kind of having fun. But we're going to get very specific here in a second when we use Aquaware 4.0 with an intent. And honestly, I don't have one, so if someone wants to quickly type out a 1 or 2 sentence intent to demo Aquaware 4.0, I am fully...
Well, you know what? I see Nancy in the chat. I see Linda in the chat. I see Sylvia in the chat. Come on, ladies. Type something out. Someone who can do it quickly, who's quick on the keys. Or even David, I'm sorry. David, I didn't mean to be sexist and just talk about the women.
30 more seconds, and then I'm going to come up with a lively one.
Right?
So,
Hurry up, girls. And David?
I got to bring up Microsoft Word for this because I want to make sure I spell something right. So come on, people.
Anyone have anything? Okay, let me make sure I'm in the right spot, because let me just check. We've got folks kind of chatting with us all over. Now Linda's got a question, but she didn't send me an intention. How about if I give you one? Could I give you one? Or is that too?
I'm thinking about doing the Christ mind on this one.
That one? Okay.
Yeah. All right, this is simple. My intent is to open the Christ mind to the highest and purest form. This should be a good one. This is probably going to blow the top of people's heads off, but that's a cool feeling. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen again. There we go. We're going to upload an image. I just love brilliant minds. We'll use Albert Einstein on this one. Okay. So again, this is the first live activation I've ever done with Aquaware 4.0. So the way this is going to work is as soon as I click save, I need everyone to put their own attention on their target water. So what I'll do is I'll count backwards, 3, 2, 1. I'll click save. Water prep, user prep will run, and then we're going to move into the second part, which is actually putting the intent into the water. Okay? So again, my intent is to open the Christ mind to its highest and purest form. Basically, this is the light body above the crown, and what I'm thinking is going to happen for most people, the top of their heads are just going to open up. their crown chakra is really going to open up, and there'll be some type of communication between the Christ mind and the physical consciousness. Okay, so I'll count backwards, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to click save. I want everybody to direct their attention to their water. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Now again, this happens at the speed of thought, people. You just have to put your attention on the target water, and then you can go make a sandwich and come back. The software is doing absolutely the rest. The only thing in any of this technology is just a connection between your mind and the target water. Where your attention goes, the intention goes. Happens at the speed of thought. Software does everything else. Okay, so I'm going to have a little fun here. I'm going to open this one up with 5. Okay, you'll notice down here the number next to the green run. This is the intent that we just typed in its purest form. Okay, that means that Source now understands our intent, and we're going to consciously direct this formulated number directly into our water. Okay, so I will count backwards. I will go 3, 2, 1. I'll click the nucleate button, at which point the only thing that is required of everyone on this call is to consciously direct that number into their water. It happens at the speed of thought. We don't have to hold hands and sing Kumbaya or any of it. You just have to direct it into your water. So let's rock it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's it. I'd like everyone to pick up their glass of water and drink as much as they want. So just sit back and relax and let it roll.
Wow. For those of you that like the 12th project so much, I thought this was great. How you feeling, Donna? Wow. I'm just, and I know this was someone's question. Just it feels really vibrating. I mean, it's like I don't even know how to explain it. How it just feels. I can feel the difference, but I don't know. It feels.
The energy is moving up through your
Yeah.
right
Okay.
now.
All right. That makes sense.
The activation was about bringing the Christ mind in, right? So the Christ mind is the light body above the head, and the physical body is now communing with it. So I'd probably say pretty much everyone on the call is feeling a huge rush of energy just come right up their spine, possibly just blowing out the top of their head. And this is what AW 4.0 is going to deliver. And there's a lot of other cool stuff coming with it, which I'm not going to tell you about. So give her
another call. The closer you get, right?
Yeah, but I mean, just think about the premise of what we're doing right here, right now. Okay?
Right.
We have, I don't know how many people on the call, and it doesn't really matter, but we ran a piece of software in Connecticut, and we just charged water around the planet. Okay, just think about that for a second. It's amazing. It's so far ahead of its time, but this is the type of technology that one day will be everywhere, and it's coming.
I was gonna say, it sounds like one day is pretty close.
Oh, it's already here. I mean, I did it, but.
Right.
Is there any way we can open up the lines to get a couple people on the call and just talk about their experiences?
You know what? We can, and here's how it would have to happen, folks. What you can do is you can send Peter, if you're connected with him, if you can send him a message, I can send the link to you to join the call. Okay? So if anyone wants to do that, David, you know what? I know you're there.
We can't do it. It's fine. I just know that there's a lot of people out there that are just having, during the seminars, I like to have the host open up the line at the end so I can just feel that energy whipping through people.
Awesome. And I'm looking at Facebook, and there were some ladies who were trying to get their intentions in. And ladies, I have to apologize because at the speed that we're talking to you, there's always going to be that delay of a couple of seconds. So we missed your intention, but not to worry. Feel free to ask questions also. And there are some questions in there. So you tell me when you're ready for questions.
We'll just kind of let people bask in the mind-blowingness that they're having in a moment. I'm going to kind of talk about the crowdfunding we're doing. So last night, I touched on some points, right? Aquaware 4.0 is the largest project I have ever done. It is a combination of 7 or 8 years of intense research in the realm of structuring water based on intent with software. I've had many commercial products have come and gone over the time. Aquaware has always been my flagship product. 4.0 is the largest upgrade in features that I've ever done. They are by far the most powerful features that are going into it. So why do I need crowdfunding? Because a project of this magnitude is so complex and huge, I have to farm off a lot of the pieces to other people to complete for me because I don't have the time to do it. One of them is some of the higher functions within Aquaware take hundreds and hundreds of hours of fine-tuning and programming it. Okay, I don't have that time. So what I do have is I have a development team that is very expensive, and they work with me. And I give them direction on what to do, and then they give me the modules. I integrate them and compile them into the betas, and then we're experiencing it tonight. The second part is a new website to support the onslaught of traffic that we're going to have. The website today, moderndayMystic.com, whether you love it or hate it, I love it, but clearly it's not up to some people's expectations. Edward, we won't mention him right now. And Ed is a visionary. He's my brother. He joined my company about 6 months ago. He has been pushing the envelope. He comes with 25 years of experience in management, technology, engineering, sales with some of the largest Fortune 500 companies out there. And he brings a lot of business experience, which I'm clearly lacking in sometimes. And he, the website, the new website has been has been being designed for 3 months now, and it is a Fortune 100 website. It's going to be absolutely beautiful when it's done. It's going to be slick. It's going to have the same great energy of the existing one, but it's going to be incredibly refined. And the biggest thing with this is we're going to have tons of content on it. Okay, there's going to be white papers, there's going to be blogging, there's going to be a forum that actually works. There's there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. So again, I needed a development team to help. I mean, we can generate the content, but to get the look and the feel of this, I had to hire a team to do it. Okay, they're very expensive, and we were getting it done. That's another reason we need crowdfunding. Another reason we really need this is because there's a surprise coming with Aquaware 4.0, and I will just share with you. I hired Sonny Marlar, who's a film producer, and his production team to film a story of a particular person, and this story is going to be the filming is done. He's compiling it now with his editing crew. It should be done in a couple of weeks, but it's going to be the centerpiece for the Aquaware 4.0 launch. Okay, and this story is going to be the most mind-blowing thing you have ever seen on video. It is hopefully going to go viral. So again, we need the new website to support the traffic. Again, that's another piece of why we need crowdfunding. When you hire someone like Sonny that does a movie like Tinker, it has Christian Kane and some other high-end actors in it, they cost money. So those are really the three main reasons. Now, I have always funded the technology myself through sales in my own time. Aquaware 4.0 is massive, and it's very taxing on my physical mind and body. I work nonstop on this. Any of you that reach out to me day or night know I generally get back to you in an email. I get comments all the time. Don't you ever sleep? I'm like, yeah, no, not lately. But
Sleep? What's that?
That is, I mean, that is a real premise, and part of it is we want to do a worldwide launch of Aquaware 4.0. We want to blow this thing out into the world, and to do that, every piece has to be absolutely perfect. The more people I can hire to get the job done, the faster we can get it out to market. That's why we need crowdfunding. Okay, and there really is no limit to, because believe me, I like shopping. I can spend money all day, but this is for the tech, not for my wardrobe. Anyways, so yeah, it's going to be a big launch. We are partnering with people that are going to bring this about. And it needs to be massive, and it needs to be done. And in the new website, the video, Aquaware 4.0, in the launch, are going to synchronize whenever the universe says it's ready. So no matter how hard I really push it, it ain't going to happen until the big guy says, okay, we're going to rock it. And it's just beautifully coming together, and we need to do this. It needs to be out in the world. This type of technology absolutely has to be out in the world. I have thousands of people that email me that tell me mind-blowing stuff. I tell them, don't email me, go put a review up on the website. But you know, that's kind of a mess, and it's all coming together. So we're getting there. You know, these kind of one-on-ones, and you know, this is new. I've never done live video before. I've always been on the phone. So you know, I just recently put a picture of myself up within like the last 3 months on Facebook, and people are like, oh wow, you know, I never put my picture up. I always have some crazy artwork up there. This is where we're going. Teleseminars, we're going to be doing live workshops at some point in the future in this capacity. We're going to be booking stuff in New York City. I'll be doing at the beginning probably in front of 150 people, one-on-one, you know, in that type of setting, and then hopefully next year, you know, some TV shows, and then, you know, 80,000 people in front of a stadium in a couple of years. So we need to push this over the top. This stuff needs to absolutely be out in the world. So, okay, how's everybody feeling? Right on my Facebook page. I need to know.
You know what? They're on your Facebook page, and it's rocking. In fact, was it Nancy? Nancy is out there, and Nancy is saying, my head feels like it's going to blow. Loving the energy of this. I have 3.1 and love it. However, look forward to a version for Mac.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna make this very clear for everybody right now. There are no plans for a Mac version. There are no plans for an Apple iOS version. There are no plans for anything. Okay, 4.0 is probably going to be the last downloadable executable that I will create. What we are going to do is early next year, we're going to take all of this technology and we're going to go to what we call the SaaS platform, SaaS, Software as a Service. Okay, so imagine this. You are on your iPad, you're on your iPhone, you're on your Android device, you're on your Mac, you're on your Linux machine, you're on your PC. You go to the MDM site, you log into a slick portal. Okay, this is all going to be powered by Amazon AWS in the background. You have an avatar that's streamed in real time that comes down in your Java whatever in your web browser. Okay, and everything is going to move to possibly a subscription base. Okay.
Okay.
This is a good year, 18 months out, but this is where we're moving, okay? And for $19.95 a month, you get to use it for a month for free, of course. But for $19.95 a month, you get the core technology, and then on top of that, there'll be premium packages, workshops involved in that. You can have all the core modules, so everything will be broken down, and you will be able to design something that works for you, okay? And you'll only use the things that work for you. 700, I don't know, there'll probably be 1,500 intents by then. The feature set going into AW 4.0 will be refined again and again and again. Now, for all you that are going, ugh, I won't get my own executable, I can't bring it on my laptop. The point of this is, I've done development for a long time, and when you have a product like Aquaware and you develop it on a different platform, it becomes fragmented over time. Okay, I got to update the PC, I got to update the Mac, I got to do this, I got to do that, and all of a sudden I've got hundreds of people, and I don't want to go there. The technology needs to stay the same, but I need to be able to deliver it on every device. So all of this technology will be accessible through your web browser at some point in the future on a subscription model. It'll be open 24/7. Now there might be a thin client that you'll be able to download to use it if you're not on the web for whatever reason, but I mean these are advanced things that would need to be thought through before we even move there. But for today, you experienced Aquaware 4.0. It's going to be refined again and again and again. Beta 3 is now underway, and it'll probably be 3 or 4 weeks before I finish it. When it's done, there'll probably be a Beta 4. Then we move into RT, which is the final product. Everything should be working in RT. Once I'm happy with it, then I seal it up, and we have a deliverable, which will be Aquaware 4.0. So that's it. Crowdfunding, really needed to push this stuff through. Clearly, there's still a lot of work that has to be done, a couple bugs. Just a couple. But the features are there, they're working, and I need your help to make it happen.
Right on. And absolutely, folks. And I've been on the page, and I've been posting the link for the crowdfunding page. It's already up there. All you need to do is just click on that link. You don't have to do it right now, and unless you can multitask, do it now. Click on it and make your contribution. And of course, anything helps. This is a huge undertaking that, and of course, as you guys can see, which is why I'm glad we have him here on this webinar, as you can see, Peter's passion for all of this. So it just shines through. You can hear it in his voice when you talk to him or when you listen to him. It's there. The link is up, folks, for the crowdfunding page through Rocket Hub. Please make sure you visit that, and then have your friends visit that as well. Peter, do we have time for some of the questions?
Yeah, bring them. Absolutely. Let's hear them.
Okay, let's go. Let's see. You know what? Nancy started off earlier on the call, and she says, what is a good way to know where to start? What program to use, and should we use the same one for 3 days straight, or is once enough?
When you get a tool like Aquaware in front of you for the first time, it can be incredibly overwhelming. You can feel like the kid in the candy store. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and before you know it, you're sick and you're laying in bed like, why me? Why me? And then you probably want to go back and use another intent to fix that, and you're just caught in this vicious cycle. So what I recommend to people is they start off slow. Aquaware is a source channeler. Okay, it's not coming. The energy that comes from source is not coming through a barrier. It's not coming through. Something. What's happening is you're channeling source energy in the water. It takes the vibration of the water, it makes it very high. So where do you start? Great place to start, off really slow before you even get to the intense, is user prep or even water prep. Okay, when you pour a glass of water, and you'll notice the tension on the surface is kind of like a dome. If you have a glass you can see through, and typically when you run water prep on that glass of water, as soon as your attention goes on it, you'll see the dome collapse in on itself. And what's happening is Aquaware is doing its magic. Okay, you're programming the water. You're removing the memories from it. So a good place to start, one of my favorites is social lubricant. If you are an introvert, you're an extrovert in 44 seconds flat. Love is another really good one. They're simple. I mean, if you don't want to use it internally on the body, use it in the environment. Cleanse and rejuvenate general is a great one to use on plants. Just within 3 days, you'll see the difference of a plant that's treated with Aquaware and one that's not. So again, you start off slow, you follow the recommended guidelines, 30% out of the gate, and you just really use your own intuition. Some people like coming flying out of the gate, and they can handle the higher vibes, and they love it, and that's great. And if that works for you, it works for you. I'm not restricting you. Aquaware is a tool that needs to be used or approached from an unlimited mind. You unlimit your thinking, thereby unlimiting your capacity to use a tool like Aquaware. Think outside the box. That's what it's there for.
Wow. Okay. Right on. I got another Nancy in the house. That was Nancy T, and we're going to go to Nancy L. Nancy L's question is this. She says, question, when you use Aquaware for an intention such as autism, how much energized water does the person need to drink? Do they drink it for life, or will they need for the water, or will their need for the water end at some time in the future? Same question for energizing a body of water, a lake, or even someone.
That's a really good question. And I don't really have an answer. But what I can share with you is experiences that people have had. Now, I don't know anything about autism, so I don't pretend to, but there are other conditions or ailments that people have had, and I could share those experiences with you. And typically, with something like chronic pain, Aquaware will knock it out completely. It might be dull a little bit, like a headache, for instance, will just go away, and it doesn't come back. I can't comment on autism. I don't know. But you're given a tool that clearly can help in some capacity, and using your own intuition and guidance, you really should be able to detect changes in the person that you're using the water on. Okay, for large bodies of water, again, I don't know. I can tell you that there was a woman in Brazil that was charging a body of water that was heavily polluted, and within a certain amount of days, the water started clearing up. So again, the body of water the volume doesn't matter. You need to think large. It's irrelevant. The mass, the volume of the water is completely irrelevant. It's where your attention goes, the intent goes, and ultimately, if it's for the highest good, source is going to govern exactly what happens anyways.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I've got Beth here, and Beth says for a lifelong condition such as eczema, how long do I need to drink the water? And since it's a skin thing, she could probably Shower, bathe, what?
What I recommend doing with any type of skin condition is charging a bowl of water and just dipping a rag in it and then wiping the water on the skin in the infected area. And generally, you'll see very, very fast results with that.
Cool. Okay, Beth. I think that will help for your second part of the question. She's saying, I've been drinking it for about a month with very little results. Try putting it on. Okay. Awesome. Okay. And then let me go. There's some more questions. I know there was another question earlier about Mac, and you've already explained that, folks. Not going to happen on Mac, and you've already explained that question. Sylvia had a comment.
But in all fairness, if you own a Mac and you really want to get Aquaware, you have two options, and these are the easiest options for you, although they could be a little painful. Parallels is a emulator that will allow you to run Windows on top of it. The cost of Parallels is probably $100. Windows can range, depending what version you get, for another $100. So you're looking at a $200 investment on top of Aquaware. And when you factor in, your 3 or 4 hours of time to get that done, it's really cheaper to go out and buy a sub $300 laptop. Aquaware is designed to run on cheap hardware, meaning it's not resource intensive. It will run just as good on a workstation as it will on an iCore 3 on a laptop.
Okay, awesome. Let me give you Sylvia's question, or excuse me, her statement. Sylvia says, the picture of Jesus on my altar started glowing like there's a halo around it. My vision is going in and out, sort of blurry. Feels like she's high. Feels like I'm high, she says.
What did that look like?
Did it look like anything like that? Thank you for that comment.
That when Aquaware delivers the results, no two people are the same. Okay, we're all chemically made up differently. We have inhibitors in our energetic fields, in our physical bodies. We have energies, so everybody's experience is going to be different. Now, that was an intent that I just thought of on the fly, which I thought people would really resonate with. I've never done this before. I mean, we're using brand new technology. We're not doing a live seminar with I don't know how many people, but everyone is going to experience it in some way. So this is all new. So unless you throw up, just bring it.
So of course, with anything that you guys are experiencing, especially after this call, definitely make sure you connect with Peter and put your let us know what your experience was and
post it on Facebook. Get it up on the site.
There you go. There you go. Let's see, Linda. Linda on your page, it's more of an intention, and she says she intends for rain to break the drought here. And I don't know what those, and QLD, I don't know what QLD is. Is that, let's just say she's intending for rain. So can folks do intentions like that for rain to come or anything like that?
Aquaware 4.0 is going to be completely unbridled. You will be put in the seat of a Ferrari, okay? And you drive it any way you want. So if you want to bring rain,
bring it.
You're going to get rain. I'll have general guidelines on how to structure your intent to get the most impact out of it, but this is all brand new. I have no idea where this is going. I just am given the tools to build it and get it out in the world, and that's what we're doing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me just go back and check, make sure we've covered all the bases for some questions, folks. Anyone else has questions, this is the time that you can get in and ask them. Go to the Facebook page. We're right there. We're monitoring the pages right now. This is the time to ask those questions. Absolutely. Okay.
I'll also be up on Facebook answering any other questions, you know, if you can't think of them now.
Okay. Oh, here we go. And let's see. Here's a question. I just bought Aquaware 3.1. How much do I need to pay for Aquaware 4.0?
Okay, so generally the way I structure pricing is if you have paid, if you bought Aquaware through one of the teleseminars, retail on the website, or any one of the other versions, you are entitled within the incremental series. So Aquaware 3 came out, and a few months later I developed 3.1, which had more of this and more of that. You get that for free. If another version was to come out in the 3.0 lineage, you would get that for free. Whenever we jump a major version, like 4.0, I typically give it away at 50% of retail. So to upgrade from whatever version you have now, it would be 50% of whatever Aquaware 4.0 is going to cost.
Perfect. 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 All right. I hope that helps you. And, you know, your question. I do have someone here from, looks like, Australia in the chat or watching with us. So hello out there to you in Australia. Thank you for being watching this live webinar with us. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Anyone else have questions? Peter, can you think of anything else around the crowdfunding? Other than we've got 2 more days, folks.
I think we really touched on the major points, and you know, Aquaware 4.0 is going to have a complete video tutorial with it, accessible from inside the software, homed within YouTube. I promise there won't be any hardcore or crazy music. It'll just be you, the program, and my voice guiding you through much more smoothly, mind you, than the demo we did tonight of the final feature sets. So there'll be no question on how to use anything if you take the time and go through them. And I promise I won't keep them, you know, more than 3 to 5 minutes. Maybe some of the bigger ones will be longer, but you know, the general usage of it's going to be pretty wild.
Okay, awesome. Colleen just popped in with a question. Colleen says, "Can I get a chance? Can I get a charge? Can I charge a bunch of 4-ounce waters with different intentions, and then put them in a larger glass to drink at one time?"
Nope. Again, with Aquaware 3.1, you are allowed to put 1 in 10 into a glass of water. If you were to mix those waters, you would infuse the energies in what I call chaos. Okay, and you don't want that to happen.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely. Linda, or excuse me, Nancy says, with Aquaware 3.1, can you put both water prep and user prep in one bottle, or do they need to go in separate bottles and then one another bottle with the intention?
So I don't really understand why that's not clear, but water prep, user prep, and the intent always go into the same water, always.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Because remember, water prep is removing the memories from the water that you're going to charge with the intent. User prep is going to prep that water for the subconscious mind, and then the intent is going to take it to the next level. It's always the same target water for those 3. Always, always, always.
Perfect. 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 Okay, I have, and you know what? I'm refraining from using your name because I don't want to butcher it. But she's saying, I'm thinking of funding at gold level. Will I be allowed to use it in my healing work commercially?
Oh, absolutely. Look, here's the deal. When you buy the tech, you use it any way you want. Okay, the commercial license will allow you to bring it into your place of work and use it on your computer. The standard license allows you to install it on 3 computers of your choosing, as long as you own them. So absolutely.
That's a great question. Thank you. And of course, thank you for funding. We appreciate that. Colleen says, of course, I'm so glad I did not do that. We are too, Colleen, so you just need your 1 glass. Awesome. That is awesome. Hey, Peter, I'm wondering, could we do a quick shout out of folks who contributed so far to your program, to your crowdfunding?
Absolutely.
Okay, because let's you know what, these are folks who have given generously, and again, folks, generously starts at $1 up to whatever you want to give. Giving is giving. Bottom line.
I'm gonna up the ante on this too. So over the next 4 days, when you contribute, next 3 days, sorry, when you contribute, and the people that have generously contributed already, I'm gonna send you something special my way, and yeah, this is gonna get interesting very, very quickly.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? Let's start with Linda. She has contributed awesome, and I'm excited. So, Linda, thank you. And
Linda, do me a favor. I want you to put your attention in your home quickly, anywhere, doesn't matter. And I want you to think of an Easter egg. Okay. You now have 3 Easter eggs that will come in any form in your space. Okay, and when they come, you're going to get a very big smile.
Right on. And of course, that is Linda out in Australia. Linda, thank you for that generous contribution that you just made. Just made that probably about 20 minutes ago. Thank you, Linda. Brenda, James, Joanne, Nadia, Prom, Lilani, Carolyn, Judy, Tressa, Cindy, Karen, Shirley, Anaya, Anna Marie, Huda, Kristen, Elaine, Polly, Visay, and let me go to the next page because we've had lots of folks. Shirley, Linda, Nancy. Nancy, I believe, is on the call with us tonight, who also made a very generous donation. And so thank you, Nancy. Geetha, Marcia, Donna, Susan, Beth, Claudia, Mariana, Peter, Nellie, Peter, and David. So
I'm really in a really good spot, and I just really want to thank everybody for contributing what you can and what you have already. You know, like I said before, Aquaware 4.0 needs to be out in the world. It needs to make a huge splash when we release her into the wild. And again, I can't thank everybody enough for what you're doing. It's awesome. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, it's one of those things where you just kind of get overwhelmed and in awe, and of course, everyone's generosity is thank you. It's going to support Aquaware 4.0, and extremely appreciated. Know that. And thank you. Absolutely. That's awesome.
I'm out of gas here.
Are you? Well, you know, I gotta believe that was a wonderful note to close on. And of course, folks, if your question wasn't answered, I know Peter's going to go through his Facebook page again and kind of, you know, I'm kind of monitoring the chat, so just so you know, Peter hasn't seen that because he's focusing on this webinar that we're doing right now. So he'll go through and read all of your questions. You know, when he gets a moment. For me, I don't know about you, Peter, but I gotta kind of gotta come down from this high of this webinar and the energy that you brought tonight. So Thank you for that, and this is extremely exciting. Thank you, you, and you and Edward for allowing me to be part of this project that you guys are doing. This is freaking amazing.
Again, I want to thank everyone that has contributed and will contribute. You have no idea how much this means to me, and when I put my attention on people, gratitude flows and forms that are mind-boggling. And thank you, Donna, for making this all come alive in the capacity that you have. That's all good.
You're absolutely welcome. So, folks, Peter and I, we're going to say goodnight, and thank you all again. Go ahead, Peter. Say goodnight to everyone.
Good night, everybody, and thank you. Thank you, Donna.
You're very welcome. Thanks, everyone. See you in Facebook. See you in cyberspace. Good night, everyone.